Talofa lava, kia ora ana, malo i lelei. Whakalofa lai atu, nisa bolivinaka, taloa ni, talofa. Namaste and kia ora. One Pacific greetings. This is a short presentation designed to give you some information about methamphetamine, a drug commonly known as P or ISA, what it looks like, what it does, and where to go for help if someone you love is being affected by this drug. We encourage you to use this information to talk with the young people in your life about this drug. There are many myths around what P does, and providing accurate information to young people is key to establishing a trusting relationship where they feel comfortable discussing this topic. Methamphetamine is what we call a stimulant drug. That is, it makes people feel energetic, hyperactive, lose their appetite, and keeps them awake and alert for long periods of time. It can be highly addictive, which means that people need more and more of the drug to have the same effect and start to want to use it more often. Methamphetamine can be made from pseudoephedrine, which used to be found in cough and cold medicines. Pseudoephedrine is a very effective nasal decongestant. It helps clear up a blocked nose. If you try to buy these medicines now, you'll have to give the chemist your name and address details, which are loaded onto a database. This is to ensure that you cannot buy too much of these drugs to sell them to others, to make meth, or try to make it yourself. Methamphetamine usually looks like small shards of glass, the color white, yellow to pink crystals. It can also be made into a powder for snorting or mixed into a liquid for injecting. Methamphetamine is also called P, ISA, ice, meth, or crystal. It is called P because of its high purity and also because it is found in amounts of 0.1 of a gram in little point bags. Methamphetamine crystals are usually heated in glass tubes called pipes or old light bulbs, and the fumes inhaled. As a powder, it can be snorted or made into a liquid form to be injected. Methamphetamine is a Class A drug, which means that it will be dealt with very seriously by the police and the courts. There are heavy penalties, including being sent to jail for the possession of methamphetamine. A sentence of long-term imprisonment can be imposed for someone convicted of making methamphetamine or supplying it to others. Driving under the influence of any drug is dangerous, and police can now perform roadside drug tests if they suspect you have been using drugs. There are lots of reasons why people use drugs. Most of us use drugs sometimes, such as coffee, tea, kava, alcohol or nicotine, and we'll usually look to use other drugs from the doctor or chemist to help us feel better when we start to feel a cold coming on. People tend to use more of these drugs or other types of drugs to feel different or have new experiences and feelings. Some drugs work to help people feel awake and alert, like methamphetamine, and others, like alcohol, make people feel more relaxed. Yet other drugs change the way you see, hear, and experience the world. People who use methamphetamine regularly like what it does to their brain. It often helps people initially to feel more confident, alert, and ready for action. Using a lot over a long time can cause problems because people don't get enough sleep, and this can lead to feeling very stressed. Immediately after smoking the drug or injecting it intravenously, the user experiences a feeling of intense pleasure or rush, which lasts for up to 30 minutes. Snorting or swallowing the drug produces an euphoric feeling within 15 to 20 minutes, but not a rush. The pleasure rush disappears quickly, but other effects may last between 8 to 24 hours. This is when people feel like they can concentrate for long periods of time and get lots of work done. They might feel like they are doing a great job cleaning the house with great gusto, but they really are cleaning the same spot over and over again. Sometimes people can feel 10 foot tall and bulletproof, so will do daring and dangerous things they wouldn't normally try. And others will talk constantly and very fast, and they will talk at you. So don't try and have an argument with someone who is high, as you probably won't win. As steep as the initial rush is, the crash on the other side is steeper. It tends to be very uncomfortable and long lasting, because people do not like this part. They may use more to stop this feeling, but they have to stop sometime. They may take other drugs to help them over the crash. Repeated use of methamphetamine can lead to distressing symptoms like difficulty sleeping, weight loss, being worried about things, scared and confused. Using over a long period of time can cause major physical problems, particularly with the teeth and with nerves. This is a dangerous drug that can quickly lull people into a false sense of security because it makes them feel confident. That's the part they like. The problem is that they start to use more to feel good more often, and this leads to problems with not sleeping, which causes anxiety and worry, and then they want more to take away the feelings that the drug is actually causing. It becomes a vicious cycle that is hard for people to stop. As well as the physical consequences, there are many other consequences that can occur as a result of using this drug. Taking risks, including risky sexual behavior, financial stress, relationship problems, involvement in accidents, violence, youth gangs, feeling like you are going crazy, becoming depressed, and quickly becoming addicted are just some of the problems that regular users of methamphetamine often face. Because young people are likely to hear about and come into contact with this drug or know someone who has it, it is important that they are equipped to deal with situations that may arise. We encourage you to talk about drugs openly with your teenagers before they start going into town. If you are comfortable talking about the subject, they will be more open with you about what is happening in their own lives. If they know you know the truth, they are more likely to go to you when they need advice. Talk with your teenagers too about keeping safe when they are out and about. Let them know it's okay to say no if they don't want to do something. Talk with them about how to handle bad things if they happen, and let them know it is okay to talk with other adults that they trust. It may not always be you, and most importantly, listen to your young person. If you are supporting someone who is trying to stop using methamphetamine, be patient, caring, and take nothing that they say personally. They will need lots of sleep and a quiet place to rest. Healthy food will help them gain some weight and feel better quickly. If someone you know is thinking about stopping the use, you can help them decide by talking about choices with them and weigh up the good and not so good things about using. You can also give them the contact numbers of these support organizations or offer to go with them to an appointment to support them. It takes a lot of courage to admit you have a problem and to ask for help. But remember that they are likely to be very scared about what will happen, so having someone with them might be a big help. There are a number of places you can go to for information, advice, and help if you want to know more. If you are concerned about someone you love or you want to help yourself, these websites and phone numbers will be given to you at the end of this presentation to take away.